Hey guys, it's your boy UAG in the building, back with the retro after party, and we have some guests. Of course, my partner in crime, Mad Dads, and a special guest, PDubs. Let's let them into the show. How you guys doing today? How's that hard week we went through?
What's up, y'all?
What's going on, everyone?
So,
Excited.
first of all, congratulations for everybody making it through this week. We finally reached that Friday, so I'm happy for that. And let's get it started, man. Let's not waste any time. Let's not waste any time here. So, right, with our first topic that we're gonna have today, our discussion is light guns. Everybody wants to have a new thing in their arcade, and what better than light guns? So we're all modeling our cabinets, and right now you have the big boy is Sinden light guns. People still haven't got a lot of them. They're still being sent out to them, and so we have that. But the newcomer is the Gun4IR. So I know a lot of people been videos showing on how that technology works. It's really cool. So I don't know. Let me explain it to you guys if you haven't seen it. Basically, it works with four IR sensors. You put them in the center of each part of your television. So it could be a 50-inch, 60-inch, doesn't really matter. It just works. You install the software once, it's installed on the gun, and you won't have to worry about going off center and having to recalibrate your unit. It just works. Whereas when you have the send and light gun, you have that white border, and if you're modding like an arcade one up, you're using a lot of real estate. So it kind of sucks. So I think that Sendin's dead before they even started. That's my view on things. What do you guys think about the new boy on the block?
What do you think, Gene?
Well, me personally, man, Simmons, even though you could say they're out of here, but they've been out there for a while. I think they're probably going to change something up since they do get some competition now, and hopefully, they'll do something with the border. Try not to probably just kind of fade that out somehow. I don't know, but hopefully they can do something like that because that gunfire, man, it's pretty good. It has no borders. Like I said, you do have to put that in the software, but that's it. And when you plug it in, it just, like you said, it just works. So, I mean,
Yeah, I have a Sinden light gun, and the most annoying part about the Sinden light gun is actually setting it up, doing the configs and all that. Yeah, a lot of YouTube videos and stuff, they make it look so easy, and technically it is kind of easy, but I could see how a more casual gamer would get a little flustered getting it set up. What I do like about this new Gun4IR, which I don't have yet, is that it appears to be true plug and play, which is kind of how Sinden was sold to us, that it was going to be plug and play, but it's plug and play, plus you got to config, plus you got to set up this, plus you got to set up this, plus you're going to have an annoying ass white box around your TV monitor, taking up some of your screen. Not too big of a box, but it's still there. I mean, in all honesty, I'm a little excited about the Gun4IR. I'm hoping to get one soon. That way I could test it out myself, because it does appear to be true plug and play. So
One of the things that I wasn't aware of the Sinden light gun is that if you're playing with another individual, you have to run two instances of the software for that to work. And
say that part again. Sorry, I was reading the live chat.
so when running the Sinden light gun, if you have two players, you have to run two instances of the software.
I don't know, because I only have the one gun and I've only ever done one player. So I actually just saw some posts in, is it like RetroPie groups today and stuff, where people were panicking saying you can't play two players with Sinden, and this Sinden or whatever, Sinden, and this Andy guy who created it, he's aware of it, says he knows you can't really play two players with it, and they're working on it. I mean, that's what I saw in some of the RetroPie groups today. But then again, I only have one gun. I've only ever set it up and played one player, so I can't comment about two players. That's all I've heard today. So,
Well, you know, like Mad Dad said, with more people coming into the market, it's going to just get more competitive and ultimately better for us because we'll have a better experience. You know, you're pushing the limits. Other people will have to get their products better. So I think it's cool. I wonder if right now it's just one guy, just you give him a gun, he puts it together for you and open software. So I can
I like
imagine
that.
how far it can go.
I like that. I like when people do the work for me. I'll pay more money for people to do that. I don't know about you guys.
Oh,
You're right.
at first, I was a person that wanted to save the money, but now time is a premium. Here, you can have my money. You can have my money.
Plus, you can send them a gun if you want to. You can send them
You
what you
can send
want.
him. You can send him one of the old, like someone sent him the gun for the PlayStation 3 with the foot triggers and everything, so you could play Time Crisis. It's pretty cool. One of the backfalls is the amount of cables that is going to be used for that.
Now, do either of you have the Arcade One Up Buck Hunter cabinet?
That I do not, because I'm not interested in it. Be
What
quite
about
honest.
you? What about you, Gene? Do you have that one?
Which one?
Arcade One Up Buck Hunter?
That might be coming in here soon.
Yeah.
By the way.
Yeah, I don't have one either, and that's got two light guns, two players simultaneously. So I don't know how Arcade One Up is running it. Are they doing, like you said, two instances? And is there any kind of performance issues with that cabinet? I mean, in all honesty,
Everybody speaks pretty high praise of who actually owns those units. High praise of how it works and whatnot. So I don't believe that there's any issue with it. But I seen someone just pretty much today that was playing Duck Hunt with it, but I don't know if they were using what were they using to do it. Really don't know. So
yeah, I don't know. I must have missed that post. I've been super, super busy today. Although I was off work, I had to edit a couple of videos. And then my sister got here. She flew in to Arizona because this weekend's my 40th birthday, man. I'm turning 40. Holy shit.
when you say it out loud, that's what it's meant.
Yeah. And so I was hanging out with my sister. Then we had to do our show. And then I had to eat dinner real quick and then hop on your show. So yeah, unfortunately I've been a little off social media today. I've been doing so much stuff. Thanks so much, Mike.
Yeah.
So Turbo has, and he's saying that it already has Duck Hunter. So that's probably what I saw. I did not know that was a game that was on the unit. It's probably
says
like a big game.
Duck Hunt is on the Buck Hunter cab.
That's what he's saying, and he owns the cabinet as well. So
Oh, I don't know. I don't even have that cabinet, so I don't know. Because in all honesty, guys, although Buck Hunter sounded cool, it's not my thing. You know, I've mentioned it 100 times on my channel. I want light gun games from Arcade One Up, but not Buck Hunter. Like bring me Terminator 2, bring me House of the Dead, bring me Time Crisis, bring me any of that stuff. But Buck Hunter, like honestly, like if I just sat there shooting deer, I would get bored of it. It's just not my thing. You know what I mean?
definitely agree with that.
Yeah,
So
or something like that.
Yeah. Devil Waldo called me Mad Dog Dubs. It's Mad Dog McDubs. If you saw the iArcade stream earlier today.
yeah, I was cracking up when I saw that. By the way.
Yeah.
So next topic, we got to talk about the elephant in the room. This is the Arcade One Up and their next unit coming out, which is hopefully is the next unit of the Killer Instinct cabinet, right? So now it's not a theory. These units are out here. The legacy cabinet, the new footprint with the bezel, what do you call it? The recessed marquee, the wings on the control panel, the issue with the vision on there. On this mock-up, though, it looks like they brought the marquee up, but again, this is a mock-up. We don't know what it's going to be. You can still see the ledge there on on the control panel. I just wonder that now that we have these in our homes, right? And the amount of people that complain about it, even
Mhm.
like the most diehard Arcade One Up fans are complaining about it. Will they do something different? Will they go back to the last cabinet model, whether it's the Marvel versus Capcom, just slap the artwork on there and say, this is what we're going to have until we work through the kinks of this? Because right now, the people who do quality assurance on these games, they just get a PCB board. They do not get the unit. So this design was not tested. I don't believe.
How do you know that? Where did you hear this about this PCB board only thing?
I hear that from the testers
Oh,
that they actually get the PCB board sent to them and not the actual
Inter-
units. Yeah.
interesting.
And I think that's a cost effective way. But again, you're not testing this actual model, and I think that's probably. I don't know if it was tested at all, but if it's not from the beta testers, where is it being tested? I just think that the best way to resolve this is they already have those cabinets in their warehouses, I'm assuming, from whatever, and just reskin it and call it a day and say, we'll revisit this once we properly test it. So what do you guys think about that? Or do you think that it's overblown?
Mad Dads, what do you think, man?
Yeah, so basically, this is gonna be, a day one cabinet for me. I probably would buy it if it was messed up. I'm just gonna tell you the truth. If it did come like that, I probably would buy it anyway, just because of the online feature and all of that. So I get to play with all my, all my people like y'all. But I would say, if all this stuff about the UK Legacy cab, the Street Fighter cab. If you look at, they're probably going to maybe even move it up. I'm just trying to, what I mean? They might move that up a little bit. They already got the marquee up, which everybody was complaining about. But they probably move the board up a little bit so you won't have that issue. Now, again, UAG says I'm 5'2", so I won't have no problem with this.
You won't have that side of it.
Just so y'all know, I'm not 5'2", okay? I'm just saying 5'9", but still, just I think people that are taller might still have an issue because it's still kind of just the way the board is made like this. You're still going to be looking kind of like, even if it's tilted back a little bit, you probably will still have to, kind of look, sit down or something. Thinking about y'all because I know y'all a little taller. So, but the overall look, you already know Arcade One Up has that fantastic look. It's going to be a beautiful cabinet. You already know that, and then it's going to have that what did you call that? The molding coin door, which everybody's gonna, either replace that with a new one or, just go ahead and leave it like it is, which it looks pretty good. But like I said, I hope this cabinet, man, this is one cabinet I like I said, I probably will buy if they did mess it up, but I want them to get it right. So hopefully they're talking to the right people about this game and, about the cabinet style, and maybe they can, kind of cut some of that, the siding part off, kind of cut it off and kind of lean it down a little bit somehow, or just move it back, like, cut part of it off, move it back, have the graphics a little shorter on the other side, and just like you said, kind of like if you think about the Marvel cabinet, the Marvel versus Capcom cabinet. If you look at that cabinet, that's if they can just kind of make the kind of molding, just come up a little bit, add a little bit to it, I think it'll be good, man. That's just my opinion. Hopefully, but I'm gonna probably buy it anyways. You know what I mean?
Well, in my opinion, the problem with the legacy cabinets isn't the software at all. It was the shape of the cabinet, right?
Mhm.
So this is obviously just a render, so we don't even know what this Killer Instinct cabinet really looks like. So it's kind of hard to comment on it. All I can say is this Killer Instinct cabinet looks a lot like its identical shape to the legacy cabinets. And if that's the case, that's going to be a big bucket of fail, in my opinion, because although the Midway Legacy cabinet software is great, games play great, except the controls are weird on two games, Paperboy and Defender. Nothing's wrong with the user interface. Nothing's wrong with the experience. It's just the fact that the cabinet, for some reason, if you're above 5'9", you have to sit down to play. And I'll be honest, I don't want to sit down to play Killer Instinct. I mean, Killer Instinct is a high energy game, man. You want to be standing in front of your arcade machine. You're going to be shuffling and dancing. Think about it. Remember when we were kids playing Killer Instinct? You're like shuffling the feet, doing the arcade splits, bringing them together. You know, you're all pumped up. And I can't do that when I'm sitting in a stool, right? You know what I mean? Like, I want to stand up and really just go to town. And like, you know, once I beat people like UAG and Maddadsgaming and Killer Instinct, I'll be like, what's up? And doing little dances in my arcade loft. You know what I mean? Going like this. You know, like I can't do that in a stool, bro. So until they like show us what this thing's going to look like, hopefully they've revamped it. Hopefully that screen is tilted, and hopefully those side panels are skinnier. I remember in my Midway Legacy review, I showed that picture that guy did in the arcade groups. Did you guys see my review? Did you see the picture?
Yeah.
Where he made the panels. He basically took an original Wave 1 Mortal Kombat cabinet and he cut the panels and he made them a lot skinnier. That way you could lay the monitor all the way back and not obstruct your viewing angles or anything like that. And if Arcade 1UP made them that way, that would be a home run. You know what I mean? A home run.
Yeah.
But yeah, like in all honesty, like if this thing ends up being released and looks just like the Legacy cabinets, I'm not going to buy one. I'm not going to buy one. They better change it before it gets released. You know what I mean? And I want to see real pictures of it, not renders when pre-orders go live. You know what I mean? Like I want to see the real deal. So
I agree 100%. I mean, it's always one thing. Like they'll have the software perfect. Something's wrong with the hardware. Yeah. That you know, like hit it. Like you said in your review, and I agree when I reviewed the X-Men versus Street Fighter. That to me was the perfect one. You know, you have online gameplay. The software was right on point. It looked beautiful. Yet did it look like a real arcade like the templates? No, but I got it. It was good for me. It was good enough for me, and I just feel like we're going backwards instead of forwards.
Yeah, but then again, like for instance, that Marvel vs. Capcom cabinet that I just reviewed, finally a home run, in my opinion, by Arcade 1UP. Took me guys, it's been a lot of reviews, but because in all my reviews, I'm always like, here's an opportunity for improvement. Here's also, this is what I don't like. Here's what I don't like. Like literally, Marvel vs. Capcom, I could only say two things. Number one, it's got the stupid logos on the kick plate, which I hate. You know, they know we buy a ton of these cabinets. They know we smush them all together. So in all honesty, to me, the front of the cabinet is more important than the sides because they're all freaking smushed together anyway, right? So you're not even really going to see the side artwork half the time in most game rooms because we have them smushed together. So in my opinion, these things need artwork on those kick plates, right? So, you know, having the logos is so stupid in my opinion. Like I hate them. Like I just think it looks like garbage. And then of course they have their cheesy controls, which do the job, but they're not that great, right? But minus those two nitpicky things, I had nothing bad to say. No opportunities for improvement for Marvel vs. Capcom, you know? Sounds great, marquee's great, artwork's great, viewing angles are great, monitor's great, user interface is fantastic. I love the lobbies they set up and how easy it is to navigate. Point, click, play, right? Point, click, play. That's what we all want. Yeah. So they need to make Killer Instinct like they did Marvel vs. Capcom, and I'll be happy. So
yeah.
I mean, I just have to do it, man. I've been wanting to play. I mean, I play on the Xbox, you know, all the time. Play on there. Online, people on there are really, really good. But just playing on, you know, I'm playing with the stick. I'm playing with the controller, you know. Just to have something like this, which is online, that's really the feature that I like about the cabinet. Anyway, it's just the online feature on it, and that's what I'll be. Like I said, I mean, don't get me wrong. I want to be able to. I'm hoping that just from the feedback. From everybody saying whatever's going on, they better get this one right. Yes, I'm thinking they're going to get this one right. So I'm saying I'm going to purchase that because they should get this one right because everybody's going to buy it.
let me play double advocate with that. They heard enough of us complain about the controllers and the quality, and they don't care.
Well, I'm just saying. I mean, that part I would say no. I would say controllers are going to keep it low because again, it's $4.99 or whatever. Hope unless they raise the stuff up like they were talking about $6.49 or whatever it is because of all the wood prices and all that going up. But you know, I don't know. I think I'm just a big KI fan. Y'all know that. So
Jeff says he likes the logos because friends could, they could figure out what's on the machine. It's an arcade one up. It's a one-page user interface, and it has 3 to 5 games on it, maybe 12 if you're lucky. If your friends can't figure that out by walking up to the machine when it's powered on, I don't know what to tell you, Jeff. You know I love you, bro. But seriously, logos on the kick plate. They gotta go. Get rid of them. I'm sick of that shit. Sorry, UAG. I'll tone down the language.
That's
you're right.
Late night. We tell the kids,
coin door.
we're good.
You know?
No,
Yeah.
Like they listen. They did some of the things. They like. I like this design. I like the coin doors. I like the minimal logos. I like that. It seems like the risers are starting to flow a little bit more with the artwork.
Yep.
But you have to put the whole package together. The first thing is that we should be able to see the screen when we're standing up. Like we need that minimum.
Jeff wrote in here, but what did he write? Where did it go? Yeah, but you like the ALU user interface where your friends come over and have to earn a computer science degree to play Bad Dudes.
This is true.
Jeff, I don't have any friends. I haven't had anyone over in a year and a half. The last thing I'm worried about doing is teaching people how to use the AtGames user interface. And that, and then also I saw a great question earlier from, where is he? Meatball Saucy.
Yeah.
He said, question for the panel. If you had $500 only to spend, would you buy the Tetris Legends Ultimate Mini or the Arcade 1-Up Killer Instinct cabinet if you only had $500 to spend? I love this question. UAG, why don't you answer it first, and we'll come to me last.
Okay, so I'm gonna say it right now, and probably people who are fans of this show will know. I'm gonna get Killer Instinct. Though I'm complaining like a bitch about this, I'm getting Killer Instinct, and number one reason is because of online play. That changes the whole game.
Mm.
Online capabilities really changes the game because at the end of the day, if this was just a static game where no online play, I probably would pass it. But because of the online capabilities, the ability to play with friends, talk smack to one another online, that's what really changes the game. And hopefully that means if there are some bugs, and I don't think that there would be, but if there are, they can do updates on it. I think that's the online capabilities is the home run. And that's what needs to happen to every arcade one up here on out.
What about you, Mad Dads?
I was looking at Jamie's comment, but
Yeah, I saw Jamie's comment. We'll get to Jamie in a minute.
but yeah, you can go ahead and go right to PDubs because you already know. So there you go. I have them in the background over here. Y'all know.
All right. So, for instance, if I did not own a Legends Ultimate Arcade machine, and I'm talking the arcade machine, the cabinets themselves, I would pick the Tetris Mini over the Killer Instinct because knowing that there's just so much more you can do with it, right? Now, because I already own these, if I only had $500 in my pocket, I would 100% buy the Killer Instinct cabinet, hands down, because I already have access to the whole AtGames ecosystem. And the Tetris Mini is just the AtGames ecosystem, just miniaturized. So, if you're brand new and you don't have an AtGames product, I would probably gear towards that because whether you have the screen vertical, horizontal, you could sideload that thing with CoinOps X and all that. You know what I mean? Yeah. And also you could hook up your PC and maybe play Killer Instinct that way, right? But when it comes to if I had $500 and since I already have these, yeah, I would pick the Killer Instinct cabinet.
I would hope. I don't know if this is even a possibility because I know on RetroPie there are some ways to play online. I wonder one day if CoinOps X will have that ability. I don't, I don't foresee ad games supporting that, but in
What are you
some
talking about?
kind of
They
CoinOps
have
X,
they have Fight Club for that, man.
yeah,
What about CoinOps X and at games?
they having the capability of online, to play amongst
Them adding online to CoinOps X?
no, like I don't
Like
foresee
like
ad games.
bring your own
Yeah.
games and play them online?
Yeah,
Never. Nope. Nope. Nope.
yeah.
Nope. Nope. You guys have to understand too that when it comes to adding these online capabilities to these games, you can't just say, "Hey, this is an online machine." Whatever 2-player game, 4-player game, just link a buddy and play. That's not how it works, guys. There is a ton of optimization and stuff that goes on in the background. You know what I mean? Like, for instance, all those games on ArcadeNet that you can play multiplayer. It takes a lot of stuff to set up. You know what I mean? On at games end, right? And there's no way for them to just randomly have it set up where you could just pick any random game and play that online with somebody. It just doesn't work that way. You know what I mean? So, I mean, why do you think iArcade only has one online game? Yeah, there will be more to come. And the reason they haven't come out yet is it's taken a long time to set up. You know what I mean? There will be more online co-op games on the iArcade platform, but it takes a while to set that stuff up, especially if you want to optimize the run perfect. You know what I mean? So, this whole at games is going to let us, because some people, they might have 200 gigabytes of games on their CoinOps X. If you think at games is going to give you the ability where you just click a couple buttons and you can play 200 gigabytes of games with a friend online, I got a bridge I'd like to sell you. You know what I mean? It's not going to happen.
Well, I mean, let's not stretch it out to that point. But what I'm mentioning, like top 20 games, something on that nature. And again,
if they don't have a license for it, it ain't gonna happen. It ain't gonna happen.
I 100%
it ain't gonna
understand that. But you can still, for example, if you really wanted to, you can use Steam and play online with people using your ad games, theoretically.
Yeah, but all you're doing is using your at games as a monitor. You're just using it as a monitor. It's just a TV. You know what I mean? Like some people freaked out, like this whole Zen where some guy in the RetroPie community for a RetroPie 4 with the purpose of plugging it into a TV said, "Hey, I hacked the Android version of Zen, and here's a public build that's got the Zen pinball games on a Raspberry Pi 4. You could run it, hook it up to your TV, right?" And all of a sudden, everyone was blaming at games. This had nothing to do with at games. It wasn't made for at games. The guy who did it didn't even give two craps about at games. The guy who did it, the guy who did the hack, like literally. But everyone was crapping on at games. They're like, "This is all at games." What? And the reason why is because someone took their Raspberry Pi and plugged it into their at games and posted a picture of it on like a fan page. And because they posted that, said, "Hey, I'm running a legal Zen on a Raspberry Pi 4 on my at games," people were blaming at games. It has nothing to do with at games. It's just a TV. It's just a monitor. You know what I mean? That would be as stupid as me saying, I plugged my Raspberry Pi 4 into my Samsung TV downstairs. I'm running a legal pinball. And guess what? It's Samsung's fault because Samsung gave me access to plug my Pi 4 in here. It's so stupid. You know what I mean? It was the dumbest crap I've ever seen. It had nothing to do with at games. And obviously, I don't support that build. I downloaded it. I tested it. And guess what? To me, it didn't work that great. It didn't work that great. To me, it felt like the Android games were running at like 75% speed of what they run when you buy them legally and run them off like I have a B-Link device downstairs, which is an Android device. The games are running much better on that B-Link than on that Pi 4. So I was like, and I posted in a couple groups. I'm like, yeah, I downloaded it. I tried it. I didn't think it was that great. I appreciate the effort of the community developer, but I don't think it was that great. You know what I mean?
You use that B-Link for the sharpen? For the sharpen?
The B-Link. Yeah, I have that B-Link in the sharpen.
Okay.
So, it was like, is like getting mad because it's just a TV. Like even with your pinball machine, it's just a TV. You know what I mean? It's just a monitor at this point. You know what I mean?
No.
But
And I don't think people think things through before they start getting. Everybody gets outraged nowadays for any little thing. But
you hear me still?
I know I'm preaching to the choir when we talk about that.
Right. You know, and Wolf and Oz is here in the chat. We all love and respect Wolf and Oz, and I agree. You know, I was like, I downloaded it, I tested it, thought it was crap. You know, I didn't think it was a great idea. Told people I wouldn't recommend it. I posted that in several Facebook groups. I said I wouldn't recommend doing this, right? And that's not even considering the fact that a lot of those games are still for sale, right? Which is something that a lot of these sites that distribute that content try to avoid, right? They try to avoid distributing stuff that's technically still for sale, right? So, you know, it's not like it's a game from 1981 that nobody cares. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, I understand that, and again, I don't condone that as well. But you know, people are going to figure out a way to do it. They always do. That's just the way it is.
Going back to, can y'all hear me? Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, going back to, because I work on servers and stuff like that. So that's, I mean, the part about the online, like you were talking about, yes, it's just a lot of work to do everything, even doing networking stuff on there. It's a lot of work to try to even try to do that type of stuff. And
To optimize it, right?
yeah, try to optimize and do stuff to try to get everything to work right. So, I mean, those games, I'm hoping everything comes, like PDubs was saying, like everything will come out later, like for IR Arcade, and which I think they could get that Beach Buggy or whatever that one, Beach Buggy on there, which would be a nice online game. If they can get that one on there, it'd be pretty cool. But it does take a lot of work to work on servers, man. Just if you're in that field, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
You see, no, that is the case, and I think that was one of the reasons why Mortal Kombat didn't come out. I think they said that they couldn't figure out the lagginess between the two. So who knows? With that being said, let's go on to the next topic. We're talking about retro games here, and basically retro consoles. We have Evercade coming out here. I mean, they've been out, but now they're doing the console, and you know, beautiful interview that you had earlier today. I know a lot of us saw it there, and they seem like they're coming out with some stuff. You got this 8-button configuration, so you know half the game. All these games here do not have that, but they're talking about other games coming out, other 32-bit games. So who knows what the capabilities will be, and that's pretty awesome. And then you also have Piepacker. Now Piepacker right now only supports the cartridge games as of right now, but they're talking about having to go up further. What Dreamcast maybe? Who knows? I don't know exactly. But the cool thing about this is that you don't really need the other individual doesn't need any of the games. You just load this on the Google Chrome, and that's pretty awesome. And I think they said you can also bring your own ROMs. I don't know how that's going to work, but you know they have that capability as well. I think I'm more excited about this, though the Evercade hinted that they're going to have arcade games. So you can play the arcade games with your controllers. So that's kind of hot as well. And I don't know about online capabilities there. I don't recall them saying that in your interview there. So
They said no online when on this console when it's being released. No online. It would drive up the cost. Keep in mind this console is only going to be $100. You know what I mean?
That is I think a great price point.
You know, it's not like this is going to be a $500 Xbox with, you know, bigger specs, bigger hardware, bigger tech, Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, you know what I mean? DVD, Blu-ray, it's $100. Like how much can you get for $100? You know what I mean? So for $100, you're getting the console, a couple controllers, a couple game cartridges. But that's about it. Like you're not getting Wi-Fi enabled or online play, I believe. So, you know, there's only so much you could do for $100, bro. Retail. And keep in mind, it's $100 retail. So, you know, it costs them even less to build, right?
This is true, but I would assume if the audience is there for that, you could probably sell either add-ons, an adapter, something of that nature to give online capabilities. Because at the end of the day, I think that's ultimately what we want. That's why Piepacker is so appealing to me.
Yeah, Piepacker's cool. Go ahead, Mad Dads.
No, I said, didn't they say we're gonna have support for that? It did dongle, I thought. I thought I read that. I thought he said that
It'll have support for the dongles for the control for wireless controllers.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, not a Wi-Fi dongle. Wireless controllers.
Well,
Yeah, Piepacker's cool. I'm in their little beta, so you know I got a beta link. I got reached out to, and they gave me the link, and I got access to it and stuff. I didn't put out any videos for it yet, but what I can tell you is I do like the fact that all you have to do is send someone a link, like to Google Chrome, and boom, they're in your game, right? They're in your game, and that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. But minus that, like obviously the games they had weren't the greatest games of all time that are available right now, but it's just the beta games. I still need to make a video for it. I think it's a great idea. I did support the Kickstarter. I did buy I bought the bundle where you obviously have access to the streaming service, but also with the whole it comes with the console that they're going to be releasing, where you plug your cartridges into the console. So I did participate and I got that bundle. So can't wait to check that out.
You support everything, by the way, PDubs. So that's not something that we can stand on.
It's not support. Is I like to test everything, right?
Yeah.
Like I like to test everything. Like someone earlier wrote in the chat, they're like, you don't support what that guy did on the Pi 4, but you downloaded it. Well, hell yeah, I'm going to download it. I'm a YouTuber who covers arcades and retro gaming, and if something like that comes out, I'm going to download it and test it. You know what I mean? It doesn't mean I support it or not. It means I'm trying to
due diligence.
Because what'll happen is someone's going to bring it up on a show or something, and I want to be able to talk about it, right? And sure enough, I tested it. And when I tested, I told people I would not recommend you do this. You know what I mean? After I tested it, so you know, there you go. But yeah, so I'm supporting that, and obviously, when it comes to the Evercade, we just had a wonderful interview with them on the Super Game Room dudes. And found out some really cool stuff. Arcade ROMs are coming, so there's going to be arcade cartridges being released. Some of those 5 cartridges that are going to be released this year might even be all 5, might be 2, are going to be arcade cartridges with arcade games that are optimized to run on that hardware. We also found out that it has the ability to run PlayStation 1, Dreamcast games, right? 32-bit consoles. And they did tell us something off air. Let me just put it this way, because I don't want to violate any kind of confidentiality agreement with them. Off air, they also told us what this thing could really run, and let's just say it's not capped at 32-bit consoles. So there's more to come. There's more to come when it comes to this Evercade VS. And then of course we found out. What else did we find out? I'm trying to remember. We found out a lot tonight. Oh yeah, that they're doing the whole user interface overhaul. So the handheld and the console, they're going to do a firmware update for the handheld, so the user interface matches what's on the console.
That's
and
cool. Don't leave those people
that UI looked pretty cool, right? That UI looked pretty cool.
Like it looked very much like Netflix. Really cool.
Yeah, it kind of did. It kind of did. So yeah. So in my opinion, both of them are very interesting, right? But keep in mind too, the Evercade is more for 1 to 4 players playing locally, right? And Piepacker is more, we want you to play online with your friends. You know what I mean? Not your friends sitting next to you, right? So to me, their market approach is, we're targeting this segment and you're targeting that segment, right? So that's what I think.
Well, I don't know if you've used AntStream before.
What is that?
AntStream. So
AntStream? Nope.
Yes, it's kind of like console and arcade games on a on the web, and you can actually play them. You don't no hardware needed. It uses you can use a Fire Stick to use this software or web browser, and you can hook up your Bluetooth controller, what have you. It even let me see if I can pull it up here because
Isn't that one? Doesn't that the one that has you can play Mortal Kombat on? You talking about that one, right? Yeah.
Yeah, and that's the cool thing. Like you can play Mortal Kombat. Look, Pac-Man, and the cool thing about it is it has different events that you can do, like different competitions and stuff like that, challenges. So it throws you in the middle of a game, like clear this board with one life, things like that. So it's really cool. They have up to like a free tier or whatnot, but the ability to play Mortal Kombat, that game on these web based, I think it's pretty cool. So I really think that this is more of a competitor to Piepacker, like you said, to the other, and it uses a similar interface like the Evercade. Looks like you're playing, Netflix on this. I really think that this is a sleeper. No, not a lot of people are talking about this one.
It will be.
Well, because there's just so many ways to play retro games now. Like the market is starting to become a little bit saturated, right? So you have to figure out what is each company doing different, and is that important to me? And if that answer is yes, that's important to me, well, then that's probably the company or product or brand you should be supporting, right? Like if you're really, really, really interested in playing online retro games at the click of a button, maybe with your buddies across the country, across the world, maybe you would pick up Piepacker, right? Maybe you're going to back that Kickstarter. But if you have no friends, if you're an introvert, or that's just not something you even give two craps about, but you're looking for a retro console, there's tons of retro consoles out there, right? The Evercade handheld and the Evercade VS, these aren't the first retro consoles being released, right? But what they're trying to do is they're trying to bring back the nostalgia of actually collecting physical media, of collecting clamshells that have actual cartridges in them, right? And if that doesn't appeal to you, then Evercade isn't for you, right? You should go get something else, right? Load up a Raspberry Pi or whatever, right? So, you got to figure out what's important to you when it comes to iArcade. Are you interested in playing probably more modern games on an arcade machine, right? Well, then you're probably going to want an iArcade, right? To play more modern games without streaming them, right? Because you're going to download them and run them, right? You can play a lot of modern games on the AtGames ecosystem, but most of the time you're going to be streaming them or plugging your PC in, which adds input delays and lag and things like that, right? You're not going to get that with the iArcade, right? Because everything is downloaded running off the local hardware. And if you want to have all I care about is having a full-blown arcade in my room, then you're going to get Arcade 1-Up, right? Because you want to have all these cabinets with their pretty artwork. Who gives a crap if they only have 3 to 5 games on them? I have a full arcade in my home, and it looks beautiful, right? So that's what's great about retro gaming is we're kind of oversaturated, but all you have to do is look at yourself and say, this is what is important to me. This is what I'm looking for as a retro gamer. And there's an answer for you. Piepacker, Evercade, Numbskull, New Wave Toys, Arcade 1-Up, Toy Shock, AtGames, iArcade. There is a solution out there for you. Super Console X. There's solutions everywhere. You just need to pick what's best for you, right? And if that's what's best for you, and if someone else is trashing it, who gives a crap? You like it. It's what you're into, right? So there you go.
At the end of the day, Mad Dads, you got anything to add to that?
No, I mean, he said everything. I don't know what to say after you.
Sorry.
Said all that. Thanks, man.
Sorry, I'll get off my soapbox.
No, it's true though, because that's why I bought the iArcade. I bought it because I was like, I already have these other arcades that I can play all the other stuff on. I want to hopefully they'll come out with something modern and different. And that's what happened, like Beach Buggy and all the other games like the Bomb Squad, all that stuff. They came out with different games that I haven't even played before, and that's why I got the iArcade. So all that stuff is coming out. Plus, they're starting to get as of R-Type came out today. So when he
awesome game
that, And so I mean that's on here, and it plays arcade ROMs, like you were saying. We got arcade ROMs. Can you believe that? So all that stuff, everybody has their own thing of what they want to do and buy, and those three games and stuff like that. That can get kind of to me. I would say okay to the person who doesn't, like you said, know about all this stuff. They don't care. They just want to get on there. They know they can just click on, turn on, it comes up. They can just select the three games and play.
Mm-hmm.
But then us, we're like, man, I can't just play these three games. I need a lot more games than this, and that's why you get the pie and you can do all that stuff and upgrade everything because you want to play more games than that. Even though you only play like 10, even though you got 4,000 of them, right?
Isn't that funny?
Yeah, I mean, I'm just saying that's what I do. I play probably like 10, or it just depends on if I come around a game that I add to my favorites. You just add to the favorites if you have a chance when you come by. But just like you said, PDubs, everybody has that, has that whatever they want in their home, and they don't want to mod it. They just want to do it straight up and have a big full arcade. Some people don't have room for that, so they need to have the bigger things, and that's just it. I don't have room, so.
Yep. Speaking of which, real quick, guys, Meatball Saucy was in the chat. He said, "Hey guys, what about that board game Stratego? I know we're pivoting here. I love Stratego. Right? But whenever I would play my dad in Stratego, my dad played Stratego like a little. I can't say the B word. I don't want to ruin UAG here. But my dad was a punk. You know how in Stratego, if you guys have played Stratego, you have those little there's obstacles in the middle of the board, so there's really only like 2 or 3 lanes you can get your characters to go through. My dad was a smart guy, right? He would always set up a couple of guys ranked like 9 or 8, like right there, right? So as I invade his turf with like my number 4 guy or whatever, I go and I kill his guy. I'm like, all right, I'm in his turf. But always off to the side, he would have a number 2 or number 1 general or somebody, right? And just annihilate me. Killed all my main pieces, and then would swarm attack me. My dad was the best Stratego player. Me and him played Stratego probably, I don't know, 50 times. I never once beat him. Not once. Now, my dad and I played chess a bunch as well. I'm a pretty good chess player, too. Probably chess, I beat my dad like maybe half the time, and he would beat me half the time. But when it came to Stratego, he owned me. So, yeah, he was a bomb bastard. Yeah, because you could set the bombs, too. Be like, bomb, you're dead. Flip it over. Yeah. All right. Enough about Stratego. Sorry. I love Stratego. That's a great board game.
I'm going to have to. I've never played it. I've never even heard it.
You got to give it a shot.
I will. What you was going to say, yep. Matt?
I can't remember. I'm getting old.
I put him to sleep talking about Stratego. That's why I can't remember.
No, about the chess though. The chess when you played that, man. My dad, we first started playing that. So just like you said, your dad helped. Started you playing that. I played that all the time with my dad. We did the same back and forth, and then we went into that. I don't know if y'all even played that electronic one where the pieces will come up on the computer. Yes, I'm that old. It comes to the computer part, and you get on there, and then the pieces kind of react, and it has like a little video when you're playing them, so they kill them like that, different stuff. So I mean, that's what I played too. So I mean, those games, and I'm only 42, y'all.
You sure?
So congrats on the 40, man. Congrats on hitting 40.
I'm 40.
I mean, that's what I'm saying. Congrats on 40. Hitting that 40. It's pretty good. It's not that bad, man. When you hit your knee on something, you feel it this time.
Yeah.
So that's our topic. And we're going to end on PDubs. PDubs got a new channel coming out. Everybody knows the Retro Randoms, right?
Yeah,
right?
The retro hookup site. Hook up with retro old ladies in your community today.
So he's been he put out the trailer and stuff like that. So we wanted to give him the time to show us some of the things that he might hint to his channel.
Well, I mean, there's tons of stuff, right? So like I have totes and totes and totes of stuff in my garage, in my closet here in my office. Baseball cards, comic books, trading cards, obviously tons of board games. collectibles, a lot of stuff that when I moved to Arizona 3 years ago, I never unpacked, right? So I got a ton of stuff that I've just started unpacking, and I'm like, I have enough stuff here that I could make like 20, 30, 40 YouTube videos out of, right? So I'm like, well, I can't really put this on my normal channel because my normal channel is a video game channel, right? Like it's been born, bred, and raised to be a video game channel. And I just have a feeling if I start putting a video out there saying, hey, check out this board game or check out this action figure, right? I think my normal audience isn't even going to watch it, right? And then if they don't watch it, it's going to hurt the channel, right? You know, if you have like I have, you know, thanks to all of you guys, I have about 7,000 some subscribers closing. And if my videos are only getting like 250 views because people aren't interested in that content, that hurts my channel, right?
Yeah.
So I was like, what do? I still want to show this stuff off. So I was like, you know what? I'm just going to start a little side channel and I'll release maybe one video a week, maybe two, you know, showing off this stuff. It actually gives me a good mental break from doing all the arcade and video game stuff, right? Because this arcade and video game stuff, UAG, you've been doing this not too long. You've already made 150 videos, bro. My advice, pace yourself, right? I've been doing this for a year and a half. I've made 400 videos. That is more videos than some people make in several years on YouTube, right? It's not about quantity. It's more or less about quality, right? I stopped doing all those news videos, right? Like I know I just did one for the pinball, but that was big news, right? If it's big news, I'm going to do it. But I see a lot of these channels that these guys are burning themselves out making a video saying, hey guys, this Arcade 1-Up is on sale. And it's like an 8-minute video about 20 seconds of material, right? It's best just to post that in your community, keep them informed, or maybe save it for a podcast like this. You know what I'm saying? To avoid the burnout factor. And that's what I did, guys, over the last year and a half. I've really burnt myself out on arcades because I tried covering everything. I tried covering every little thing that happened, and I burned myself out, right? So now to give myself a little bit of a break, I'm going to start, you know, doing some of this stuff just on the side. It doesn't impact my main channel in any way. You know what I mean? And it's pretty cool. So, you know, for instance, we're going to do some like live unpackings of like retro stuff. Like here, let me flip my camera. And we could actually do one live with everybody if they're interested.
Yeah, show us.
I don't know if you're interested or not. We'll see. Hang on. Let me switch.
We got rainwater here, so of course.
All right. So for instance, guys, do you guys recognize what these are right here? Let me see. Do you guys know what these are? What's that look like?
God, these are
Trading cards of I assume it's Batman because I see the logo there.
Yeah, what do you see right here?
Cool.
What do you see?
Oh man, Batman Returns.
Yep.
What is it? Gives the inside story on those cards?
So like for instance, these are 1992 Batman trading cards, right? And I have the entire set, and I also have boxes and boxes because you know how like when you were at the grocery store, you could pick up boxes of like wax packs.
Mm-hmm.
And you know the goal was to find stuff like this, the foil cards and things like that.
Yeah.
So like I have tons of like Garbage Pail Kids and things like that, wax packs, stuff like that. So some of the yeah. So like for instance, guys, I'm breaking the seal, bro. 1992. We're breaking.
It's been worth some money, man.
We're breaking her open like a virgin on prom night. Hang on one second here, guys. Here we go. And here we go. And boom, look at that. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Look how sweet that is. Oswald Cobblepot. We got the foil right there on the top.
Danny boy.
Know? And these cards obviously are in mint condition pretty much because I've kept them that way, right? But I have tons and tons of this stuff. And yeah, that's right. I'm going to open it because I have like cases of unopened wax packs, Rainwater. I have cases.
He said, is there gum in there? He wants you to chew it.
This one did not include gum, but a lot of the wax packs for instance, Rambo, Gremlins, Goonies, Star Wars. I have all those wax packs unopened, and they still have the gum in it. Now, I wouldn't eat the gum, but you know, that'd be kind of gross, right?
No, bro. First of all, it's brittle and it's just gonna disintegrate probably when you open that pack.
All right, hang on one second. I'm gonna grab something else.
That is crazy. I might have to see if I can get on there with my my Marvel cards that I have. I might have to check that out.
Dylan, if you want to trade, we can do a trade for that Ken Griffey card. We'll work a trade out. Send me an email, and I definitely I'll give you a den pack.
All right.
Okay, let me stop lying to myself.
All right, here, take that comment off the screen. So right here, guys, we have from way back in the day, we have unopened Tales from the Crypt action figures. Still mint on card. Let me see here if I can get the camera set up. So one of the first videos that I'll actually be releasing tomorrow, I have a bunch of these that we'll cover in the video. Some are open, some are unopened. But we'll take a look at some of these. Hold on, let me adjust the camera. We'll take a look at some of these different action figures and things like that. So, you know, a lot of people, they have like maybe more modern action figures. Like all my action figures are old stuff, like old stuff, right? And some of it's open, some of it's not. So I'll be showing off stuff like this. And, you know, this is great because this is Tales from the Crypt Keeper, which, you know, is Tales from the Crypt, right? But obviously it was a cartoon. It was a cartoon that got taken off the air and then it got re-released as new Tales from the Crypt Keeper. So it's really cool is like in the videos for these, like I'm not just going to show off the item, but I'm also putting in information like, you know, the history of Tales from the Crypt and all that kind of stuff, right? So I'm kind of excited about doing this kind of content. I think you guys will like it, but no, we're not going to open this one. We're not going to open this one. Now here's the funniest thing is all these guys have cards. Look how much the Crypt Keeper weighs right there, guys. 30 pounds, bro. 30 pounds. He's the Crypt Keeper.
Dang it.
He's 5'10", 30 pounds. And that's because he's nothing but a bag of bones, right? He's a carcass. He's the Crypt Keeper, right? So
that's awesome.
Yeah. So yeah. And then I got some of these guys open, unopened. So like one of the videos will be about this kind of stuff. So yeah, board games, action figures, like retro action figures, trading cards, collectibles, like all that stuff you'll find on Retro Randoms on YouTube. First major video dropping tomorrow sometime. So
awesome.
What do you guys think?
We're a bunch of nerds, so I'm sure that a majority of us will definitely look at that video because that's pretty damn cool.
Now, I have a lot of full sets, guys. I have a full set of like the Batman 1966 trading cards. I have full sets of the Goonies, Indiana Jones, Star Wars, multiple series of Star Wars trading cards. I got a ton of them. What else I got? Rambo, Hook, the movie Hook, Harry and the Hendersons. What else do I got? Oh, and I got a ton of Garbage Pail Kids cards, right?
All that you showed earlier, was that from the Garbage Pail Kids? I remember I've seen that ball when I was a kid. I don't remember what it's from though.
Yeah, that came in a Loot Crate box. It's a stress ball.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even remember what that is.
Are you gonna be doing this live show too? Because man,
what I'd like to do is if the channel builds an audience, like right now, here's what's really cool is I told people I had a channel, already had 150 people subscribe to it. And really no videos have been posted, right? So that's pretty cool, right? So if the channel gets a big enough audience, I'd like to do a podcast show for it where we show off this kind of stuff, right? So if it finds an audience. So we'll see. Right off the bat, I don't think I'll do a because podcast shows, guys, are a commitment, right? Mm-hmm. There's a lot of effort in preparing a podcast show. You know, and if you don't do it, if you just like click go live and start talking, people will know you're unprepared. You know what I mean? Like people will get a vibe like, yeah, this guy did not prepare for this broadcast. He has no idea what he's talking about or what he wants to talk about, right? And sometimes the unscripted podcasts are cool, but if you guys watch my Super Game Room dudes and stuff like that, I always have them pretty well planned out. You know what I'm saying? So that way we can have a good experience. So yeah, pretty excited.
That's so cool. So that Tales of the Crypt Keeper, you've had that for, I'm assuming, a long period of time.
Yep.
How long have you owned that?
A while. Geez. 15, 20 years, something like that. Like I have Dick Tracy figures from the movies and stuff. I've had those for a super long time. Michael B's missing one, and I actually need to look through my collection to see if I have an extra. I'm going to send it to Michael B to complete his set. Now, do you know why I like these trading cards, right? Is every time you look at them, it makes you remember the movies, right?
Yeah.
Like the Unholy Alliance, Oswald Cobblepot, and what's this guy's name? Come on.
Name in the movie, but I know.
Come on, not Christopher Walken. What was his name, guys, in the live chat? What was his name in the movie?
Come on,
guys. Whoever guesses it right.
Right? I'll give him a Steam pack.
All right, you hear that, guys? Who is this character in Batman Returns? Put it in the live chat, guys. Who did Christopher Walken play? Nobody knows?
I don't think that's the answer, Mango.
Who is this character? Come on. There you go. I see it. Kev Grech got it.
Okay.
Max Shrek. Guys, you don't remember Batman Returns? Jeez.
Kev Gray, hit me up in the comments of this video, and I'll get you a pack, Steam pack, pinball Steam pack.
Guys, who was the best Catwoman? Was it Michelle Pfeiffer, who's right here? If I can get the damn camera to focus. Was it Michelle Pfeiffer? Was it Halle Berry? Was it Julie? Is it Julie Newmar?
Cat for Kit.
Was it oh geez, who just played her? The chick from those princess movies. Who just played her? Oscar-winning actress.
I know who you're talking about.
Anne Hathaway.
Yeah.
Anne Hathaway just played her, guys. Who was the best Catwoman? Throw it in the live chat. In all honesty, I thought Michelle Pfeiffer did a great job.
Yeah.
She did a great job.
There you go. So
I thought she did a great job.
Yeah.
So let's see. Yeah, pretty cool stuff. Pretty cool stuff.
Holly she's good looking, but that movie was terrible. Mango.
Yeah,
that movie was terrible. She won a Razzie.
You hear me? I said, we
Yeah.
care about that. So.
Yeah, I mean Hathaway wasn't bad, but like she literally did not own the scene the way Michelle Pfeiffer owned every scene she was in Batman Returns, especially as the Catwoman, right?
Oh yeah.
And then and obviously Julie Newmar, you can't say anything mean about her. She was a class act.
Batman 66.
Yeah.
Trying to figure out. So yeah, man, I'm so excited for the channel, bro. So excited.
Yeah,
for
guys.
the kids.
Yeah, but yeah, we'll do some, like I have. So for instance, I have unopened cases of like wax pack cards, and we can open some of them and try and build some sets or complete some sets and things like that. Like, oh, and let's not forget all the comic books, right? I got tons of comic books that I want to show off, and we'll kind of make the videos like in a comic book style. You guys will have to see it. But there's a lot of stuff I want to talk about, like because there's a lot of stuff when I grew up. See, I was born 81, and so sure enough, I started collecting comic books, and I collected comic books during the era of like Infinity War, Infinity Crusade, Infinity Gauntlet, Operation Galactic Storm, and I don't know if do you guys ever read any of that? Do you guys know what any of that stuff is?
Yeah.
Like big crossovers, Onslaught, all that stuff. And I was a big fan of, like, I collected like Thor, What If, Iron Man, and also I got a whole bunch of like old stuff, old comic book stuff that I want to show you guys as well. So
that would be awesome.
You know what? And you know why my wife likes this idea? Because like whenever I want to cover something with arcades and retro gaming, I usually have to buy it, right? Like luckily, I've gotten a few products for, as demo units from companies or as review units, but nowhere near what some other guys get. Keep in mind, guys, I have 7,000 subscribers. A lot of companies don't target me, right? They're going to target somebody like Cool Toy and the other guys with the bigger channels and say, "You want some free stuff? Here's some free stuff," right? Like I don't get that opportunity. Like in fact, I was actually surprised the folks from Oculus as well as the folks from Piepacker, they reached out to me, and you notice the guys who made videos that said like include paid promotion, they got paid to do those videos. Like I was offered money to do those videos just like everyone else, but I'm just too busy. I couldn't get to them, right?
Yep.
But like I don't get a lot of free stuff because I have a small channel, right? Like if I had 100,000 subscribers like Metal Jesus Rocks or somebody, right? Like I'd get a ton of, actually he's got what, 700,000, but still, you know what I mean? Like you get a lot of free stuff. Right?
That's a lot of
So-
eyes.
So to come full circle, what my wife likes about it is I don't have to spend money because she's like, you literally have months of content you can film without needing to buy anything. You know what I mean? And I'm like,
That's a win-win in her eyes.
That's a win, babe. Like we could film all this stuff. It'll take months to get through it all and not spend a dime, not buy anything new. You know what I mean? All that kind of stuff.
That's a shot right there. 7,000 subs beg for money to fix it. Kev, great. Be nice, guys.
What did Kev?
PDubs, I'll be on the show, man. I got some Marvel cards that I collected since about '92.
Awesome.
I got some stuff. So whenever you get to that point, that'd be pretty cool.
Yeah. I'd love to.
Ask them the condition. They're sticking together like they had maple syrup on them or something.
Oh, geez, are they the old ones, man? Are they?
Nah, they clean. That's all I'm trying to say. They clean.
Yeah.
I'll do a tease if you want me to. I can show you tease real quick.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. You nerd.
go get them, man.
Go get it, man. Go, run, go. Go.
Give me my
Go.
Let's do this. Hey guys, if you're here and you haven't subscribed to the channel, please hit that subscribe button. Give us a thumbs up. Yeah, baby. Earth Monster, what's up, bro? Thank you, everybody, stopping by, guys.
By the way, I got to give a couple special shout outs in the live chat to Mango Slice, Earth Monster, Al Vickman, Brad O'Connell. These guys show up on PDubs channel all the time. Mike Hawk Hurts, Rainwater Games, Jamie Locken. He cracks me up, and Jamie is a dude. Let's not forget that. Meatball Saucy, Kevgrat, 2Die4, who's clean like a mother. Coin Worker,
I'm gonna go down.
Hunter Killer 292. I don't remember seeing that name.
That's my brother from Canada.
I kept him in good shape. I mean, this is like when I'm telling you, I still have him in the same thing. So don't laugh.
Wait. I want to test something. Hopefully somebody watching, hopefully this works. Hey, Google, turn arcade on.
I think.
My lights are gonna go on.
I want to start doing that because a lot of people listen to us from their game rooms with the Google and stuff. And like whenever we yell at Detroit Love to like turn his stuff off because it's always it sounds like a goddamn circus in his basement all the time. And we're like, you're ruining the show, Carl. Turn your crap off. And he goes, hey, Google, turn arcade off, right? And like he shuts off all our viewers' arcades. Oh, look at Meatball. Did it work? Hey, Google, turn arcade on.
He muted real quick. He had to mute real quick.
Hey, Google, turn arcade off. Is it working? Computer, turn arcade off.
Okay.
Oh, man. I want to start doing that. Like every episode, I want to turn people's shit on and off. Like it's going to be great. Look at everyone in the chat freaking out. This is great. Awesome. Real quick, Mad Dads, real quick. So, guys, just a heads up here. Because we were trying to have a professional interview tonight, we did not get to show the next segment for Dub Zero. So just for you UAG viewers out there, make sure you tune into the Super Game Room dudes next week and find out if Dub Zero is going to hack into our live feed again and what his purpose is, what are his intentions. We got Dub Zero, we got Macho Dubs, and now we have Mad Dog McDubs coming for Chicago Jong. You know why I can do all this? Because I have split personality disorder. That's what this is all about.
All right, I miss Duckwing Dubs.
And we have Darkwing Dubs too. Which, by the way, I filmed Darkwing Dubs. I never posted it. Do you want to know why? I was like, I am gonna get so shredded. Like, if I post this video, everyone's gonna crap on me. Like everyone, like all these people who are like, you're not allowed to be funny in YouTube videos. Look at this clown. We're in our underground Facebook group. We're a bunch of trolls. Look at this clown. Like I was like, they're gonna trash me, and I'm gonna deserve it because this is so bad. It did not turn out well. Darkwing Dubs was a great idea, but it did not turn out well. Like I filmed it, I edited it, I got it ready to be posted, and I was like, okay, we're gonna do Darkwing Dubs doing the Pac-Man Giant Stick review. You guys want to know why I never released my Arcade 1-Up Giant Pac-Man Stick review? Because I filmed it as Darkwing Dubs, and I thought it was hilarious. And then my wife was like, "This is dog shit. You are gonna get trashed if you release this. Don't do it. Don't do it." So maybe we'll save that for a members only.
You can do the outtakes.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Mad Dads, I'm ready for you, brother. Show me what you got, my friend.
No, I just got a little bit, man. This was like when I was when they, Blockbuster had those championships. They had the championships for Donkey Kong. What was it? Donkey Kong for the Super Nintendo.
Yes.
When I won one of those, I actually went to the championship in Florida back in the day, and I was like, I think it was about 13 or something like that. But then I was, what's up, P.4? I got these.
What do we got?
Metal Marvel.
All right. Oh, look at those Marvel cards, bro. Now that's sick. Can you make him full screen?
Let's see. All those, I started collecting them. Okay, there we go. Oh.
All right. So those are sick.
Yeah, see.
Foil cards, baby.
Yeah, nice. Man. Let's keep going. These are the nice and clean ones.
Morbius.
You have the whole set? You have the set in order there?
Yeah, I have basically all of them in set, man. Just going down.
See, what I really loved about the tops era was that a lot of these card sets, they came with also bonus stickers, which made a picture, right?
Yeah.
Now, I don't think this particular foil set did that, but these are pretty cool.
Yeah, this is Storm was my favorite.
Oh, Storm? Yeah, Storm was sexy, bro.
I love when it went to that kind of that era.
Like I'm telling you, man, I just have so
drawing
on the back.
I'm just glad to see that those Storm pages weren't sticking together there, Mad Dads. I'm just happy to see that, bro.
Pretty good, man. I did pretty good.
Always had a Kleenex on hand.
Yeah. This is like different ones, clean, nice and clean. I kept them in there, different series on all of them. And down the line, all the nice series and stuff like that. I try to keep them pretty good. See, just more metal series.
So this is fantastic. So this is great.
I mean, I ain't gonna show you all that, but I have a bunch of them.
That's awesome, dude. We'll get you on Retro Randoms. We'll hook you up with a nice young lady and also show off your foil Marvel cards, whichever one comes first. And pretty exciting. Pretty exciting stuff. What was I going to tell you guys? Oh yeah, guys. Hey Google, turn arcade on. Hey computer, turn arcade off.
Today, art is dog. Okay.
Man. Today's art is dog. That's true.
I love Alexa right now.
PDubs
I got them
chaos.
both in this room. I'm surprised. Well, we're not gonna go that way. We're gonna be quiet. Before we leave, I just want to ask you guys: have any of y'all seen Invincible?
Yes.
I have not. I have not.
Oh my God, you got man.
I have
Dubs.
That's what
Dubs. I know that you're busy, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Make time for it. I normally, especially animated shows, I'm not too fond of.
Mm-hmm.
But this one
crazy.
really takes it. It's awesome. It's really focused more on the storyline, not the artwork. But it's so good. It's so good.
So I'll tell you what I did make time to watch. I watched, so it's a CW whatever show, but they have it on HBO Max, and they had the first 5 episodes of Superman and Lois.
That's so good.
And I burned through them. I burned through the first 5 episodes of that Superman and Lois show, and I loved it. I thought it was fantastic. And I'm a big fan of the Arrowverse. But honestly, like, I did not watch the last season of Arrow. I'm like 2 seasons behind on Supergirl, 2 behind on Flash, 2 behind on Legends of Tomorrow. You know, like, do you remember when they did the Crisis on Infinite Earths crossover with the TV shows?
Yeah.
I'm like that season, but like 5 episodes before that. You know how, like, on all the shows, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, we would watch Supergirl on Monday, then Arrow on Tuesday or whatever, and then whatever, I think Flash was Wednesday, you know? And yeah, I haven't even watched the Crisis on Infinite Earth crossover yet from a couple seasons ago. That's how behind I am. I'm so busy doing other things. I have no time for TV.
I've given up on CW shows. I'm not. Yeah. They're like very teeny boppy to me. But that Superman and Lois,
it's great.
It's probably the hardest superhero to write for, because what villain can fight Superman? Like, yeah, it's Superman. Over for him. But the way they went about that storyline about him being the regular, like a dad, that show really, I love it, and you could tell that HBO is backing it with money, because like the first couple of episodes were really good. I think episode 3 or 4 you could show that they cut the budget down a bit, but it's a really excellent show, well written show.
Yeah. Geez, how many Superman shows have we had? Let's run through them now. We have Superman and Lois, which is part of the Arrowverse, because same actor who was in all the DC CW movie crossovers.
Smallville.
We had Smallville, which Smallville was pretty good. I did have a crush on Smallville, on the blonde, what was her name, Chloe or whatever, until she went nuts, right? Do you guys remember she went nuts in the news a few years ago? Do you guys remember? She was like part of some cult or something, like, you know, some, like, you know, let's all drink the Kool-Aid together and die cult, whatever. So yeah, Smallville. That. Then we had God, what was the show with Terry Hatcher? Was it The Adventures of Clark and Lois, or Superman? The New Adventures of Superman? What was the one with Terry Hatcher and that other guy? Throw it in the live chat, guys. I'm trying to remember what it is. Hey, Google, turn arcade off.
I am so glad right now.
Lois and Clark. That was it. It was like Lois and Clark or something like that. Mike Hawk put it in there. Thanks so much, buddy.
Yeah.
Chloe was in a sex cult. That's it. There you go. Antisocial hero. I remember she was in some crazy crap, right? Like, she was recruiting people, like, come out here. And she got in trouble a few years ago. Do you guys remember hearing about that? And I was like, this little blonde girl was so cute on Smallville. Like, I had a big crush on her. So whatever. Desperate Housewives, Terry Hatcher still held it down. Yes, she did. Yes, she did. There was a Superboy show, 88 to 92.
Superman, 52 to 98.
Yeah. Too many Superman shows. All right, guys. I got to take off. I got to go spend time with my sister.
Appreciate it, PDubs.
First of all, Dubs, thank you for stopping by. And again, if you guys like that kind of stuff, Retro Randoms, go check it out. His new episode's going to be airing tomorrow. His first episode.
Yeah, guys, at least watch it for me, and so I don't feel too bad.
I will watch.
Well, no, because for instance, like I released the only thing I put on my channel, real quick. This is a funny story, then we'll get out of here. But this it reminds me when I first started PDubs Arcade Loft, I had 0 subscribers, right? And then you start making videos, right? And UAG, you got to hang in there, brother. You know when you sit there and you're like, wow, my video only got 200 views or something like that, right? Do you guys remember Egg Shen in Big Trouble in Little China? In the opening scene, he goes, "That's how it always begins, very small," right? So sure enough, I put the trailer on my channel, only got 200 views. That's it. And like, if I get 200 views on a PDubs Arcade Loft video, like I'd want to slit my wrist. You know what I mean? Like I'd be so upset. But that's how it begins, right? When your channels are new, right? And you know, so it's going to be kind of fun. It reminds me of what I went through when I was trying to get subscribers. Like, you know, eventually you'll get more views. Eventually you'll get subscribers, right? You know what I mean? Does it all make sense?
A little bit of a flashback.
Yeah, it's like it gave me flashbacks to when I first started. You know what I mean? So I'm pretty excited about it, because like when I get like up to like, I don't know, let's just say 300 subscribers, I might get 300 views on a video. I might, you know what I mean? As the channel builds, right? You never know, right? So
like you said, it's baby steps. So I'm excited for you. We will definitely watch.
You're gonna be cool, man. I don't think you're gonna need that. You're gonna get plenty of views, man. Everybody loves you to death.
Not me. I suck. They tune in. They tune in for nostalgia.
Oh, okay. My bad.
They tune in for real.
For real. Antisocial Hero says, "Whatever happened to Get Off My Lawn Gaming?" So Mark Twig Jones and I, we're good friends. We talk all the time. I had Mark on, and Mark, we had 2 things. Number one, Mark really wanted to curse a lot, which, you know, you could tell it was hard for him to hold that back. You know what I mean? But he tried. And when he tried, he did a really good job, right? He's like, "I'm going to really not swear this episode," he told us. And he maybe let like 1 swear out. But you could tell it was building in him, right? Like he was ready. He was ready. He was sweating. Right. Right. He was like getting mad. Like he was ready to pop off on something, right? I love Mark. I really do. I love Mark. He's a great guy. And then also, you know, as the channel, as the show grew, you know, there's like financial aspects of the show and stuff like that. And whatchamacallit, you know, we didn't want to put Mark in that position, right? Because, you know, when you have a big show, big collaboration, everyone's got to contribute for what goes into the show, right? So all that kind of stuff. Mark's a great guy. I'd love to have Mark on the show again. So we'll see how he does. So,
well, again, thank you for stopping by. We really appreciate it. And again, go over to the channel, subscribe there. Do you have anything else that's coming out there that you want to let the audience know
of? Make sure you tune into PDubs Arcade Loft on YouTube. We're not giving up the video games, guys. And I got some great content for the At Games there, the iArcade there, and that At Games. We're going to go back to the At Games 1.1. Got a big update for you that's going to improve your experience on that machine. So I got a big video coming out about that you don't want to miss.
Awesome. Mad Dads, holla at us. What's going on?
Nothing, man. Just recovering a little bit, as you all know. Other than that, we're fine. I mean, thanks, PDubs, for coming on here. Can't wait to see the new channel, and make sure y'all. He's always helped me out. Always shouted me out, tried to get me on the show. So please support PDubs for real, because he's always tried to help me out and grow my channel as well. When I actually met him and got everybody, so I wanted to thank him for that. And same thing with UAG. Make sure y'all go and subscribe to all of our channels: Maddadsgaming, UAG, PDubs Arcade Loft, and Retro. His new one coming out, the video tomorrow. Make sure y'all go subscribe, because I have to do that too. So there you go. That's really about it.
Great. I'm already at sub, so shut up.
So basically, oh yeah, my bad. Let me go. So I got, as y'all probably see, I'm trying to change stuff up, because Arcade, like PDubs was saying, trying to change stuff up and trying to get my channel is basically supposed to be about all types of gaming. So that's why you probably see, like, even though it only got like 80 views, I didn't care. It was just fun, you know, doing something like about a computer desk. It was something different, you know, something different. And the desk looks fantastic. I don't know if y'all seen it though, but I do got more of those things coming just to throw something different. You know, just wanted to watch something or thinking about something for your kids or something. These are going to be some great desks that you can get for them. So just wanted to let y'all know that.
Sounds awesome, bro.
Awesome. So, guys, I'm going to be heading out on vacation. So I appreciate you guys for stopping by. When you do, I'll have a couple of videos out to hold you down. But I want to thank everybody. Anybody here, definitely give us a thumbs up on the way out and subscribe to the channel. And thank you, guys. And I'm going to call that a wrap. I'll see y'all next week.
Peace, everybody.